30 key takeaways from Chapter 6, Future Scenarios of the Coming Wave, Technology, Power, and the 21st Century's Greatest Dilemma by Mustafa Suleiman and Michael Bosker. Each point is paired with a real-life example or anecdote to illustrate the concept. 1. Divergent futures. Takeaway. The future is not predetermined. It could be utopian or dystopian, depending on how technologies are managed. Example. Like the contrasting visions in Black Mirror episodes, our future could range from idealized digital democracies to surveillance states. 2. Potential for utopian innovation. Takeaway. Emerging technologies could solve long-standing global problems such as disease, poverty, and climate change. Example. Advances in synthetic biology might lead to breakthroughs in renewable biofuels or new medical cures, reminiscent of how vaccines revolutionized public health. Third, risk of technological dystopia. Takeaway. Without proper oversight, technologies like AI could lead to social control, mass surveillance, or widespread unemployment. Example. The dystopian world depicted in George Orwell's 1984 serves as a cautionary tale for potential abuses of surveillance technology. Fourth, containment versus liberation. Paradox. Takeaway. Efforts to regulate and contain technology might stifle innovation, while unchecked tech could spiral out of control. Example. Overly restrictive internet censorship can hinder innovation, while a completely unregulated digital market can lead to data misuse. 5. Economic transformation. Takeaway. Future scenarios include dramatic shifts in the economy driven by automation, AI, and new digital currencies. Example. The rise of gig and platform economies, e.g. Uber, Airbnb, has already altered traditional job markets. 6. Changing work landscape. Takeaway. Automation and AI may drastically change the nature of work, displacing some jobs while creating new ones. Example. Robotics in manufacturing have reduced manual labor while increasing demand for tech-savvy engineers. 7. Social fragmentation versus global unity. Takeaway. Technological advances could either widen social divides or foster unprecedented global cooperation. Example. Social media has both polarized political views and connected communities worldwide. 8. New models of governance. Takeaway. Future governments might need to adopt radically new frameworks to regulate and harness emerging technologies. Example. Estonia's digital governance model shows how tech can create efficient, transparent government services. 9. Privacy in a hyper-connected world. Takeaway. As data collection intensifies, privacy could become one of the most contested issues of the future. Example. The controversies over Facebook's data practices illustrate the modern struggle to balance connectivity and privacy. 10. Ethical AI and accountability. Takeaway. The need for ethical frameworks and accountability in AI deployment is paramount to prevent misuse. Example. Initiatives like the Partnership on AI bring together tech companies and researchers to develop ethical AI guidelines. 11. Resilience against technological failures. Takeaway. Future scenarios must include robust systems to mitigate failures in cyber attacks. Example. The cybersecurity breaches at major corporations remind us that technology vulnerabilities can have far-reaching consequences. 12th. Innovation as a catalyst for societal renewal. Takeaway. Technological disruptions, while challenging, also present opportunities for renewal and progress. Example. The digital transformation seen during the COVID-19 pandemic accelerated remote work, education, and healthcare innovations. 13th. Reimagining human identity. Takeaway. Advanced tech could force us to redefine what it means to be human in an age of AI and biotechnology. Example. Debates on human enhancement and transhumanism echo in discussions about merging biology with technology. 14. Ethical dilemmas in synthetic biology. Takeaway. Synthetic biology's capacity to redesign life raises profound ethical questions about manipulation and control of living systems. Example. CRISPR gene editing's potential to eliminate genetic diseases also raises concerns over designer babies. 15th, impact on global power structures. Takeaway: nations that lead in emerging tech may redefine global power dynamics. Example: China's aggressive investments in AI research position it as a potential superpower in the coming tech era. 16. New forms of social contracts. Takeaway: as technology transforms society, traditional social contracts may need rethinking to protect individual rights. Example: universal basic income experiments in places like Finland are attempts to adjust social policies to tech-driven job displacement. 17. Environmental sustainability in tech. Takeaway: emerging technologies offer tools for sustainability, but also pose environmental risks if mismanaged. Example: AI-driven smart grids can optimize energy use, while data centers' high energy consumption raises ecological concerns. 18th, shift in consumer behavior. Takeaway: with digital transformation, consumer behavior will be increasingly shaped by technology, altering lifestyles and expectations. Example: the rise of online shopping and digital payments has revolutionized retail, much like mobile technology reshaped communication. 19th, interplay of technology and culture. Takeaway: emerging tech will deeply influence cultural norms, values, and societal narratives. Example: the global impact of streaming services has changed how cultures share and consume media, merging entertainment with technology. 20. Risk of algorithmic governance. Takeaway: the reliance on algorithms for decision-making and governance can both streamline and potentially bias public administration. Example: predictive policing algorithms, while increasing efficiency, have also been criticized for reinforcing racial biases. 21st, technological sovereignty. Takeaway: countries will strive for control over technological infrastructures as a matter of national security and autonomy. Example: national initiatives for developing homegrown AI technologies, as seen in India and Russia, reflect efforts to reduce dependence on global tech giants. 22nd, new economic paradigms. Takeaway: the coming wave could give rise to entirely new economic systems that leverage decentralized technologies. Example: cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology are already challenging traditional banking and finance models. 23rd, cultural shifts in work and lifestyle. Takeaway: the integration of emerging tech into daily life will redefine work, leisure, and interpersonal relationships. Example: remote work trends, accelerated by digital tools during the pandemic, hint at a long-term shift in work culture. 24. Potential for digital totalitarianism. Takeaway: without safeguards, pervasive surveillance technologies could lead to authoritarian control over citizens. Example: the extensive use of surveillance in some countries raises concerns about the erosion of personal freedoms. 25th, redefining global collaboration. Takeaway: the scale and reach of new technologies demand unprecedented global collaboration and shared regulation. Example: international efforts like the Paris Agreement show how global collaboration can address shared challenges, a model needed for tech governance. 26. Impact on human creativity. Takeaway: emerging technologies may radically enhance human creativity, unlocking new forms of art and expression. Example: AI-generated art platforms such as DALL-E are already blurring the lines between human and machine creativity. 27. Scenario planning for uncertainty. Takeaway: preparing for multiple, divergent future scenarios is essential due to the unpredictable nature of technological change. Example: businesses use scenario planning to prepare for economic downturns. Similarly, governments can use such models to anticipate tech disruptions. 28th, potential for utopian societies. Takeaway: with careful stewardship, emerging tech might enable societies marked by equality, sustainability, and innovation. Example: experiments in digital democracy in smart cities, e.g., Songdo, South Korea, aim to create more efficient, citizen-centered urban spaces. 29th, Existential risks and catastrophic outcomes. Takeaway. There is a real possibility that unchecked technological advances could lead to global crises or existential threats. Example. The prospect of an AI arms race that destabilizes international security is a modern parallel to nuclear proliferation fears during the Cold War. 30. Urgency for thoughtful, proactive action. Takeaway. The chapter concludes by urging immediate and deliberate measures to steer technology towards beneficial outcomes rather than catastrophic ones. Example. The rapid global mobilization seen in response to the COVID-19 pandemic demonstrates how coordinated, proactive action can address pressing challenges. These 30 key takeaways from Chapter 6, Future Scenarios, provide a comprehensive overview of the potential futures shaped by emerging technologies as discussed by Suleiman and Bhaskar. Each point is coupled with a real-life example or story illustrating how these abstract scenarios connect with contemporary issues and historical patterns. This detailed exploration underscores both the immense opportunities and significant existential risks posed by technologies like AI and synthetic biology, and highlights the urgent need for proactive, thoughtful management to steer our future.